Hi friends. Welcome to the 5-star study. Today we will read about the Earth.
The Earth contents: rotation of Earth, revolution of the Earth, seasons, equinoxes, latitude and longitude, interior of the Earth. Pythagoras 582 to 507 BC believed that the Earth was a sphere. The first to suggest that the Earth was shaped like a globe. The Earth has two basic movements: 1. Rotation. 2. Revolution. Rotation of Earth. The Earth completes one rotation in 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4.09 seconds. It rotates in an eastward direction opposite to the apparent movement of the Sun. The Earth's axis is tilted at an angle of 23.5 q from a perpendicular to the elliptic plane. The velocity of Earth's rotation varies depending on the distance of a given place from the equator. The rotational velocity at the poles is nearly zero. The greatest velocity of the rotation is found at the equator. Effects of Earth's rotation. The apparent rising and setting of the Sun is actually caused by the Earth's rotation, which results in the alternate occurrence of day and night everywhere on the Earth's surface. Rotation of the Earth is also responsible for the difference in time between different places on the Earth. Rotation causes the working of the Coriolis force, which results in the deflection of the winds and the ocean currents from their normal path. Tide is caused by the rotation of the Earth apart from the gravitational pull of the Sun and the Moon. Revolution of the Earth. The movement of the Earth in its orbit around the Sun in an anticlockwise direction, that is, from west to east, is called revolution of the Earth. The period taken by the Earth to complete one revolution around the Sun is 365 days and 6 hours. The distance of the Earth from Sun varies time to time due to the elliptical shape of the orbit. January 3, the Earth is closest to the Sun and it is said to be at perihelion. At perihelion, the distance is 147 million kilometers. July 4, the Earth is farthest from the Sun and it is said to be at aphelion. At aphelion, the distance of the Earth is 152 million kilometers away from the Sun. Effects of revolution of the Earth. The revolution of Earth results: cycle of seasons, variation in length of days and nights, variation in distribution of solar energy over the Earth and the temperature zones. Seasons. The seasons are caused due to the combined effect of the Earth's revolution and the tilt of its axis in the same direction throughout the year. The four seasons are spring, summer, autumn and winter. The Earth is moving around the Sun on its tilted axis. It varies when observed on a daily and monthly basis, at different times of the year. On the 21st of March and the 23rd of September, the Sun rises precisely in the east and sets exactly in the west. Equinoxes. During the equinoxes, the periods of daylight and darkness are equal all over the world. It happens on 2 days of the year, the 21st of March and 23rd of September. On the 21st of March, the Sun is directly overhead at the equator. This position of the Sun is called spring equinox. On the 23rd of September, the Sun is directly overhead on the equator and it is called autumn equinox. Solstice. Solstice is one of the 2 dates in the year on which the Sun reaches greatest altitude north or south of the equator and is directly overhead along one of the lines of the tropics. Summer solstice. On June 21, the Earth is so located in its orbit that the Sun is overhead on the Tropic of Cancer 23.5 n. The day the 21st of June is known as summer solstice. On this date, the northern hemisphere is tipped towards the sun, having the longest day, while southern hemisphere is tipped away from the sun, having the shortest day. On that day, the North Pole is inclined or tilted towards the sun. It, therefore, experiences complete light for 24 hours. The South Pole is tilted away from the sun, so it is in complete darkness for 24 hours. Winter solstice. The sun is overhead on the Tropic of Capricorn to 3.5 s. The day December 22nd is known as winter solstice. The greater part of the southern hemisphere gets the direct rays of the sun, so the days are long and the nights are short here. In the northern hemisphere, the nights are longer than the days at this time. The southern hemisphere has summer. The northern hemisphere has winter. Earthly position with respect to moon. Apogee perigee. The period of the farthest distance between the moon and the earth is called apogee. The period of the nearest distance between the moon and the earth is called perigee. Eclipses. An eclipse is a complete or partial obscuration of light from a celestial body, and it passes through the shadow of another celestial body. The eclipses are of two types. They are lunar eclipses. It is the situation when the earth comes between sun and moon. Solar eclipses. It is the situation when the moon comes between sun and earth. Lunar eclipses. It occurs only on a full moon day. But it does not occur on every full moon day because the moon is so small and the plane of its orbit is tilted about 5 degrees with respect to the earth's orbital plan. Solar eclipses. It occurs only on a new moon day. But it does not occur on every new moon day because of the inclination of the moon's orbital plan. Latitude and longitude. Latitude. Latitude is the angular distance of a point on Earth's surface from the center of Earth. They are measured in degrees. The latitude specifies a location's distance north or south of the equator. Important parallels of latitudes. Tropic of Cancer 23.5 degrees N in the northern hemisphere. Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degrees S in the southern hemisphere. Arctic Circle at 66.5 degrees north of the equator. Antarctic Circle at 66.5 degrees south of the equator. Equator. Equator is an imaginary line running on the globe that divides it into two equal parts. Northern half of the Earth is known as the northern hemisphere and southern half is known as the southern hemisphere. Longitudes. Longitude is the angular distance of a point on the Earth's surface along the equator, east or west from the prime meridian. The semicircles running from pole to pole or from north to south are known as meridians of longitude, and distance between them is measured in degrees of longitude. Prime meridian is the semicircle from pole to pole, from which all the other meridians radiate eastwards and westwards up to 180. The time at 0 degrees longitude is called Greenwich Mean Time. It is based on local time of the meridian passing through Greenwich near London. 180-degree meridian international dateline is exactly opposite to the prime meridian. Indian government has accepted the meridian of 82.5 degree east for standard time, which is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of the Greenwich Mean Time. The international dateline running over the Pacific Ocean. Lithosphere. The lithosphere is the outermost rigid rocky shell of the Earth. It comprises the crust and the upper portion of the mantle. The Earth is composed of lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. The lithosphere is the solid outer part of the Earth. The atmosphere is a thin layer of gases that surrounds the Earth. The hydrosphere is the watery part of the Earth's surface, including oceans, rivers, lakes, and water vapor. The biosphere is the layer of Earth where life exists. Interior of the Earth. Earth's interior can be divided into the crust, upper mantle, lower mantle, outer core, and inner core. The crust. Crust is the outer layer of the Earth, where we live. It is the skin of our Earth, which ranges between 5 to 30 kilometers. The thickness of the crust is greater below the continents than the ocean floor. Continental crust is made up of seal and oceanic crust is made up of seema. The boundary between the upper crust and the lower crust is termed as Conrod boundary. The mantle. The mantle is composed of silica, magnesium and iron. It lies between the lower crust and the outer core, which is about 2,900 kilometers thick. It is divided into upper mantle and lower mantle. The mantle generally is in a solid state. The upper part of the mantle is called asthenosphere. The asthenosphere is the part of the mantle that flows and moves the plates of the Earth. The core. The core is the innermost and hottest layer of the Earth which lies below the mantle. It is composed mainly of nickel, Ni, and iron, Fe. Hence it is called knife. The core is divided into solid inner core and liquid outer core. The presence of large quantities of iron in the core is responsible for the Earth's gravitational force. As the Earth rotates on its axis, the liquid outer core spins over the solid inner core and generates the Earth's magnetic field. Rocks. The Earth's crust, lithosphere, is composed of rocks. An aggregate of minerals on the Earth's crust is called rock. It may be hard and compact like granite, or soft as clay, or loose as sand. The scientific study of rocks is called petrology. Based on formation, rocks are classified as 1. Igneous, 2. Sedimentary, 3. Metamorphic. Igneous rocks. The igneous rocks are formed by the solidification of molten magma. These rocks are also called as the primary rocks or parent rocks, as all other rocks are formed from these rocks. They do not contain fossils. They are associated with the volcanic activities. These rocks are useful for construction work. Granite, pegmatite, basalt, etc. are some of the examples of igneous rocks. Sedimentary rocks. It is formed due to the aggregation and compaction of sediments derived from the older rocks, plants, animals, and contain fossils of plants. The bodies of plants and animals that fall on the deposits get embedded in the layers and form fossils. Sandstone, limestone, chalk, gypsum, coal, and conglomerate are examples of sedimentary rocks. Metamorphic rocks. These are changed form of igneous and sedimentary rocks. When igneous or sedimentary rocks are subjected to extreme heat and pressure, they undergo a complete change in their form and character. Rocks are useful for making 1. Cement 2. Writing chalk 3. Fire 4. Building materials 5. Bath scrub 6. Curbstone 7. Ornament 8. Roofing materials 9. Decorative materials 10. Rocks are valuable source of minerals such as gold, diamond, sapphire, etc. Sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rocks. Limestone, marble. Sandstone, quartzite. Shale, clay, slate, schist. Coal, diamond. Soils. Soil is a mixture of organic matter, minerals, gases, liquids, and organisms that together support life. It is known as the skin of the earth. Soils are produced from rocks' parent material through the processes of weathering and natural erosion. World Soil Day is observed on the 5th of December. The basic components of soil are mineral, organic matter, water, and air. It consists of about 45% mineral, 5% organic matter, 25% of water, and 25% air. Soils are classified on the basis of their formation, color, physical and chemical properties. Based on these, soil is classified into 6 major types. They are alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, mountain soil, desert soil. Alluvial soil. Alluvial soils are found in the regions of river valleys, floodplains and coastal regions. These are formed by the deposition of silt by the running water. It is the most productive of all soils. It is suitable for the cultivation of sugarcane, jute, rice, wheat and other food crops. Black soils. These soils are formed by weathering of igneous rocks. Black soil is clay in nature. It is retentive of moisture. It is ideal for growing cotton. Red soils. These soils are formed by weathering of metamorphic rocks and crystalline rocks. The presence of iron oxide makes this soil brown to red in color. It is suitable for millet cultivation. Laterite soils. These are the typical soils of tropical regions. These soils are found in the regions which experienced alternate wet and dry condition. It is suitable for plantation crops of tea and coffee. Mountain soils. Mountain soils are found over the slopes of mountain. Desert soils. These are sandy soil found in the hot desert regions. These soils are porous and saline. Since it is infertile, agriculture in these soils are not so successful. Landforms. River landforms. The place of origin of the river is known as its source. The place where it joins a lake or sea or an ocean is known as the river mouth. Falling of river water over a vertical step in the river bed is called waterfall. The highest waterfall is Angel Falls of Venezuela in South America. The other waterfalls are Niagara Falls located on the border between Canada and USA in North America and Victoria Falls on the borders of Zambia and Zimbabwe in Africa. Delta, the large of sediments are fan-shaped by river deposition. Deltas are excellent productive lands. They have more minerals which favor cultivation. Egg. Kaveri Delta, Ganges Delta, Mississippi Delta. A floodplain is a flat area of land adjacent to a river. It stretches from the bank of its channel to the base of the enclosing valley walls which experiences flooding during the period of high discharge. Raised bed in a bank of the river due to frequent flooding and deposition of the sediments is called levees. Oxbow Lake is a freestanding body of water formed when the meander is cut off from the main river. This landform is so named because it resembles horseshoe. Glacier. A large body of ice moving slowly down a slope or valley due to gravity is called a glacier. Glaciers are grouped into mountain or valley glaciers and continental glaciers. Continental glacier, the glacier covering vast areas of a continent with thick ice sheets. Egg. Antarctica, Greenland. Mountain or valley glacier is a stream of ice, flowing along a valley. It usually follows former river courses and is bounded by steep sides, e.g. the Himalayas and the Alps. Coast. A part of the land adjoining or near the sea is called the sea coast. The boundary of a coast, where land meets water, is called the coastline. The sea waves deposit sediments of sand and gravel along the shores forming beaches. The first longest beach in the world is the Miami Beach in South Florida in USA. The second longest beach in the world is the Marina Beach in Chennai. Lagoon. Lagoon is a shallow stretch of water partially or completely separated from the sea. Egg. Chilka Lake in Orissa, Pulicat Lake in Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh and Vembanad Lake in Kerala are the famous lagoons in India.
Thank you for watching. Have a good day.